In the headlines, Peter Obi joins Occupy National Assembly protests over e-transmission of election results. 7 abducted choir construction workers regain freedom. Ushafa residents lament hardship amid lingering water shortage. Away from Nigeria, IOM confirms 53 migrants dead or missing after Libya boat accident. Hello, good evening and welcome to News Update on Trust TV. I am Dorcas Yakubuzala. Protesters on Monday gathered at the National Assembly to oppose proposed changes to the Electoral Act, focusing on one key issue, the electronic transmission of election results. Demonstrators say removing or weakening electronic transmission opens the door to manipulation and delays that undermine public trust in elections. They argue that transmitting results directly from polling units ensures transparency and reduces human interference during collation. While lawmakers were inside the National Assembly attending to the 2025 budget appraisal and 2026 budget defense, concerns around security and logistics, protesters insist technology already exists and has been tested. The protest ended peacefully, but organizers say they will continue to pressure lawmakers until electronic transmission of results are clearly guaranteed in the law. Peter Obi, who is now a member of the African Democratic Congress ADC, is among the protesters. He said the Senate must prevent the kind of glitches that the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) reported in 2023 and make real-time electronic transmission of results mandatory.
We are certain that, but we need to address our concerns about this country and the election. What we want is an electoral process that is transparent from beginning to finish. Our demands about the amendment is simple. Let us have an amendment that allows first, let no qualification of people who want to contest the election. And that qualification must be advertised. So if anybody says, I went to this primary school, I went to this secondary school, I went to this university, people are supposed to know about that. And that process has to continue through party primaries and everything. And finally, the election must be transmitted electronically from the polling booth direct. We don't want any point any longer.
We want to save democracy. The foundation of every democracy are free, fair, credible, and peaceful elections. But somehow in Nigeria, we have Democrats who do not like free and fair elections. In some African countries, military coup take place, nobody dies. In Nigeria, people die because they want to vote. The confidence of every corrupt politician is a rigged and criminal electoral process and a corrupt judiciary. We want real-time mandatory transmission of election results. Anybody who says that it is not possible is a thief. If the government say they do not know how to use technology, they should go and ask bandits and terrorists how they are calling kidnapper victims for them to collect ransom. There is maximum technology. It is mischief that is making it impossible for us to have technology to reduce human interference and improve and increase transparency. It must be done. My vote must count.
Now talking security, residents of Danhonu 2 community in the new Millennium City, Chukun local government area of Kaduna State on Monday staged a protest at the Millennium City Divisional Police Headquarters over recurring kidnappings and attacks. The protesters, as early as 7 o'clock on Monday, blocked the major access road to the police station, demanding urgent security intervention to halt the wave of abductions in their neighborhood. They say bandits struck again at about 11:30 p.m. on Sunday, abducting 7 persons from 2 families in the latest attack. The residents say the latest incident brings to 11 the number of kidnapping cases recorded in the small community within a few months. When contacted, the Kaduna State Police Command spokesperson, DSP Mansur Hassan, said the police received a distress call on the attack late on Sunday and responded promptly by deploying officers who were joined by soldiers to the scene. He, however, lamented that due to the terrain and poor road network leading to the community, security operatives arrived late, allowing the bandits to escape with the victims despite an exchange of gunfire. Now, gunmen on Sunday evening stormed Dogonruwa community in the Bashar district of Wase local government area of Plateau State, killing a resident and kidnapping an imam, Abdul Rashid Baduku, his prayer caller, and 6 others in the area. Dogonruwa is one of the communities that has been suffering from banditry and kidnapping in recent time. Residents say the victims were attacked on the outskirts of the community while they were making charcoal for commercial use. A youth leader in Wasi, Shapi Isambo, confirmed the incident, saying the attack has caused panic among local residents. Sambo said security personnel are now stationed in the area, adding that more have been deployed to boost security. The state police spokesperson, SP Alabo Alfred, was yet to respond to inquiries as at press time. The 7 construction workers abducted from a Kwara State government road project have been released after weeks in captivity. The workers were kidnapped on December 15, 2025, while carrying out construction work along the Sabaja Owo Onire Road in Osin local government area, an incident that sparked widespread concern among residents and families of the victims. Confirming their release in a statement issued on Monday in Ilorin, the press secretary of the Ministry of Works, Olajide Abolarin, said the State Commissioner for Works and Transport revealed that the workers regained freedom following coordinated efforts by the state government and security agencies. He described the development as a significant boost to public safety efforts in the state, praising Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak for what he called firm political will in confronting insecurity. He also disclosed that 2 of the abducted workers were engineers employed by the Kwara State Ministry of Works, noting that their ordeal underscored the risks faced by personnel involved in public infrastructure projects. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has assured Nigerians that his administration will conquer the threats posed by terrorists and bandits in the country. He made the assurance during his opening remarks at the ongoing National Executive Council Conference on Inclusive Growth and Sustainable National Development. Tinubu commended several governors, notably those of Borno, Katsina, and Kaduna, for their role in protecting the country's freedom and security. Speaking on his government's efforts to transform the economy, President Tinubu said his administration is working to strengthen macroeconomic stability. He further disclosed plans to improve the welfare of citizens through enhanced social investment programs.
I'm living here again to further find means to strengthen our security forces, to defeat terrorism and combat it. That I promise you is what has kept all of us sleepless at night. But I assure you that we will win with determination and resilience. We will overcome this unacceptable terrorism and banditry. It's not part of our culture. It's foreign to us.
Now, following the attack on Okporojo in Oso-Eda, local government area of Ebonyi State, a joint security team comprising the Nigerian Army, Nigerian Police, Department of State Security, and Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps has discovered shallow graves containing mutilated bodies in Amasiri, Afikpo local government area. The troops were deployed in direct response to the gruesome killings and beheading of 4 individuals in Oporojo village. In a statement, the acting deputy director of Army Public Relations 82 Division, Nigerian Army, Lieutenant Colonel Olabisi Olalekan Ayeni, said the atrocities demanded urgent intervention to restore peace, protect innocent lives, and bring the perpetrators to justice. He added that the Ebonyi state government, in line with its constitutional responsibility to safeguard lives and property, imposed a curfew and temporarily closed schools in Amasiri to prevent escalation and ensure public safety. According to Olalekan Ayeni, the security agencies have been deployed to enforce the curfew, conduct uninterrupted investigations and security operations, protect medical teams, and manage the humanitarian implications of the crisis. The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Muhammad Ali Patey, has called for increased domestic funding for mass vaccination programs, warning that heavy reliance on donor support threatens long-term health security. He made the call while defending the ministry's budget before the House Committee on Healthcare Services, noting that recent health sector reforms have helped sustain immunization coverage with donor support. Patey disclosed that the ministry received only 36 million naira out of its 218 billion naira 2025 capital budget, blaming the shortfall on cash planning constraints and delays in counterpart funding. He added that the 2026 proposed budget aligns with national development priorities and was prepared using the GIF-MIS platform. In response, the committee chairman, Honorable Amos Magaji, requested full documentation of donor funds received and how they were utilized.
The last money that we had grant for vaccine financing was 2024. Even that was not complete. Yet we have continued to immunize Nigerian children to protect them from diseases. We have outbreaks that will protect Nigerians. We did a massive measles and rubella campaign, but the counterpart funding that Nigeria should put is always late in coming. How do you explain that? Now, naturally, these actors will use other technical partners, but we have to accept. But if we want to exit dependency, the best way to be dependent, to use your sovereignty, is to use your money and release your money, and then you have full control. But you can't want to control somebody else's money and without putting your own money on the table.
Some of those things we are still going to look at the budget, and if there is any need where we need to call the ministry, we'll still call the ministry before we sign it. One thing I wanted to understand is that for some of us that are even in the health sector, Abuja declaration was done in this country here. And then up to today, many countries have gone to move their budget up to over 15%. But for many years, the budget of health is still less than 10%. And our population is growing in millions. And we are dealing with a budget that is not growing in proportion with the population. So we need to understand that in budget. And many of the things, I'm quite aware, if the intervention we did in health institutions, if the budget of 2025 was fully funded.
This is News Update on Trust TV, coming up after the break. Ushafa residents lament hardship amid lingering water shortage. This and many more when we return. Do stay with us. Welcome back from the break. In case you just joined in, this is News Update on Trust TV. Let's take a look at our top stories again. We told you that Peter Obi joins Occupy National Assembly protest over e-transmission of election results. And 7 abducted choir construction workers regain freedom. Moving on to more stories, a 7 police officer in Borno State, Muhammad, has earned widespread commendation after returning 2.6 million naira that was mistakenly transferred into his bank account by a customer of a fintech company, Money Point. Upon discovering the unexpected credit, Muhammad chose the path of honesty and accountability. Rather than ignoring the transfer or taking advantage of the situation, he made deliberate efforts to trace the source of the funds, contacted the appropriate channels, and ensured that the entire amount was safely returned to the rightful owner. Residents of Ushafa community in the Abuja Municipal Area Council are protesting a long-running water shortage, even though they live near the lower Usama Dam, one of the FCT's main water sources. Trust TV's Habibat Ajayi completes the report.
Homes and businesses across Ushafa say irregular water supply now shapes daily life. Many residents spend money on private boreholes and water vendors, known locally as Merua, to get basic water for cooking, cleaning and bathing. A Trust Television visit shows the problem caught across several parts of the community. Areas affected include Camp, NCC Roundabout, Zone C behind the primary school, Zone A Lane A, Zone B Lane C, Hadefemi and Monkey Village. Residents say taps linked to the FCT water board have stayed dry for days at a time.
We are close to the water and we are not enjoying the water, and people far away, distance from here, they are using the water. I cannot even remember the years, more than 2-3 years now. So we are lack of water in this area, seriously. If they can help us, it will be very grand. When the water is not coming, we'll go and beg from those that have borehole and those that have well. We'll be drawing the water from the well. And the well also, like for this season, you will not be able to see water from any well at this era.
My dear, this place is very terrible because before we have water, we need to go from, like the distance from here to Usmandan is very far. So you will pay money like that kind of 500, 1,000 go and come. So if you go and fetch it every day, how much are we spending? We don't have water here. Even how we say Usmandan water is reaching here, we cannot be buying pure water 400 every day. If you buy pure water sachet, it's 20 pieces inside. So it will not even reach you 2 days to finish. So we are spending a lot of money for water, and this place is, we don't have enough water here. If we can get any way that anybody can help us to have enough water. You will see me carrying water on my head. From here to down there, I will carry water from my head, my baby in my back every day. So this place is terrible. Please, we need help. When they come to ask us about this thing, we never see anybody that come to interview or ask us how are we feeling, do we have enough water. We never see anybody. It's only today that you people came and ask us about this water. This place is very terrible, and even though you go to Usmandan, before you will get it and fresh, you need to stay lined and queue before you can get water. So for you to even go that stress, going to that place to go and get water, it's better for you to even fetch from borehole and buy pure water from these people. The borehole is not even good. The water, I cannot keep it for 1 day.
It is well. And isn't ever is well because we are suffering for the water. Unlike me, I used to go to a river at the back, and before our children go to school, we go late because of water. Sometimes does not meet up in time, even to go to church or some other thing because of water. Even me, I'm feeling back pain because of water. Because I'm not using it. It's not easy for me to be fetching water, but we are suffering because of water. And we are in Usmandan. We are not enjoying the water of the Usmandan. We used to go to Usmandan to go and fetch water with our money, enter bike, going and coming. Sometimes 1 naira, 1.5 before you get water to drinking is. And we are in Usmandan. We are not. There's no joy in us for me to suffer on it. That if there is a way for people to help us, please, people should help us.
Some families have drilled personal boreholes to cope. They describe the cost as heavy and the situation is draining, especially for low-income households. Still, many say they have noticed ongoing excavation work in parts of Ushafa, believed to be for new water pipelines.
We have been suffering for this water. Merua, Meruwa that used to give us water is sometimes 2,205, and the money cannot afford. If you cannot afford the money, there's no water for you. And sometimes there's not even the solar. We are dragging it with a student, and we are students. Even now the solar is not malfunction again. There's no way for us. We are suffering much. Please, people should help us.
The issue of water shortage, I think we have been having some water before, but the recent time now, our minister of safe city just approved. They are working on it now. Very soon, shortly, in a short while, we'll have abundant water, because the work have been going on. You can go along the road, you see where they are digging the pipes. They have been laying the pipes, So they're on it now. Some communities have water, but maintenance, since it's government property, everybody is just messing it up around. That is just, if not, there was water before. We have been using water when we came here, so because of the every time destruction of this thing, and some people now decided to be having to sink their own boreholes without bothering using this thing, what they call this modern water.
There are also claims from within the community that a large share of water from the lower Usman Dam is being diverted to a private farm nearby. Trust Television could not independently confirm that allegation. When contacted, the general manager of the FCT Water Board, Daniel Salka, says his office has not received any formal complaint from the area manager about water shortages in Ushafa. Meanwhile, visible pipeline excavation has raised cautions. Hope among residents that supply may improve soon. Habibat Ajayi, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Now in business, the Bank of Industry has received regulatory approval from the Central Bank of Nigeria to operate a non-interest banking window, marking a major expansion of its financing framework, I beg your pardon. The approval was disclosed in a statement by the BOI Managing Director, Dr. Olasupo Olusi, on Sunday. A development is expected to strengthen the bank's role in promoting sustainable industrial development and improve access to finance for underserved and high-impact business segments across Nigeria. With the approval, BOI is authorized to commence non-interest banking operations, offering ethical, asset-backed financing options that prohibit interest and promote risk sharing. The initiative aligns with growing demand for alternative financing structures that support inclusive growth and broader social development objectives. Olusi described the approval as a significant milestone in the bank's growth and long-term development agenda. He said it positions BOI to deepen its contribution to Nigeria's industrialization drive through tailored financial solutions. Away from Nigeria, 53 migrants, including 2 babies, are dead or missing after a rubber boat carrying 55 people capsized off Libya's coast, according to the International Organization for Migration. The vessel overturned north of Zuwara on February 6th. Only 2 Nigerian women survived. One said she lost her husband, the other her 2 infants. IOM says its team provided emergency medical care after Libyan authorities brought the survivors ashore. Survivors reported the boat left Al-Zawiya late on February 5th and capsized about 6 hours later after taking on water. The agency notes the central Mediterranean remains one of the world's deadliest migration routes and is urging stronger cooperation, action against smugglers, and safer pathways to prevent further loss of life. And now talking sports, the Falconets of Nigeria will head to Dakar on Tuesday for the second leg of the 2026 FIFA World Cup third qualifying round, tie against the Lioness of Senegal in Dakar on Saturday. Nigeria won the first leg 1-0 courtesy of Kindness Ifeanyi's 51st minute header. The Falconets will travel to Lagos from Abeokuta, where they will connect to flights to Dakar. Moses Oduku's side needs at least a draw to advance to the next round. The aggregate winner will face either Guinea-Bissau or Malawi in the final qualifying round. The 2 countries battled to a 1-1 draw in the first leg. And that's a wrap on news updates. Do not forget to follow us across all social media platforms for more programs, news, and documentaries. I am Dorcas Yakubuzala. Thank you for watching.